Hello and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your daily reading for April the 29th, 2022. So we're getting super close to the new moon in Taurus and lots happening. Pluto is slowing down. It's going retrograde in the next day or so, depending on where you are in the world. And so we're going to be feeling this energy. We've got the new moon happening in Taurus. There's a lot happening. So what I have noticed is some people are, again, feeling a little bit out of sorts, just tired. This could be messing with your sleep cycles. Definitely is with me. Like last night, I was wide awake, just could not get to sleep. I was like, okay, normally go to sleep at a certain time and just lay there awake going, what is going on? It's got to be the moon. We've got the death card coming out. So what I was being shown is that there's this slow transformation. There's this slow reveal that's occurring at this moment in time, which actually feels quite... the death card, that is also representative of the fact that Pluto is stationing to go retrograde. It's slowing down. It does represent, it is this card of Scorpio. It is the card of a deep transformational change that's happening here. And what I'm getting is just it's this very slow transition that's happening here, which is quite nice. We've got the Star card, beautiful, next to it. So it comes with some healing, a dash of hope, but it's also pulling you into the future. It's a future, it's feeling guided into the future, but it feels like a slow energy. Like I said, we've got the Emperor. Okay, look at all these major arcanas coming out. The Eight of Swords and the Four of Swords. So, and at the base, the Nine of Swords. So there's a lot potentially going on inside your mind that your mind is processing at this moment in time. And there's some big energies around, absolutely, with the Emperor, because it feels like, there's a lot happening on like a transpersonal, like looking at the bigger picture energy, feeling like there's more of a collective energy around with the Death card and the Star card. But the Emperor is more like, how are you going to respond to this? How are you going to embrace this big change and transition that's in this life? How are you stepping up to be the boss in your life? How are you large and in charge? And how much do you want to drive this to success? It doesn't feel like something you can kind of, with the Emperor energy, it's very Aries energy of wanting to kind of activate and do something. And it does feel like it has this strong activated charge. But like I said, it's not so much an immediacy of this is happening. Like I said, it's more of a slow, it's activating over a slower time. So that's why I feel like usually with the Emperor energy, this energy has to go somewhere and go somewhere pretty quick and pretty fast. It's like it needs to start something or direct something or do something. And that's why I feel like with the Eight of Swords, because it's such a slower process with this Plutonic energy of the Death card and the Star card pulling you into the future, this is where you can feel frustrated, or it can feel like there's limitations around doing this, like starting this, or when is it going to happen? It's a sense of feeling it. It feels like a slow, a big, slow kind of, how can I explain this? It feels like a big force, but it's slowly moving forward. I can't explain it properly. I'm trying to think of it. I want to say slow tide, but I don't know if that's exactly the right expression. Maybe some of you who are feeling it can have better words to express it at the moment. But anyway. So also saying you might need just a little bit of a mental break, a mental rest happening here with the Four of Swords and the Nine of Swords is kind of what we were saying about the sleepless nights. It could be affecting your sleep patterns. It could be thoughts running through your mind. The thing is that Mercury is right at the tail end of Taurus at this moment in time, which is slow, patient, deliberate, and it's about to hit Gemini, which it loves. It rules Gemini. It's its home sign. And so things are about to quicken. The pace is about to pick up when Mercury hits Gemini, but it does go into retrograde. But it's kind of like this is where I feel like because there's all this like opening up to deeper energies, you're kind of feeling this sense of urgency almost to kind of get things in order or to get something done, but it's like you can't do it. So it's the frustration of the Eight of Swords of feeling limited. But this is where I feel like the Four of Swords is saying, have a mental break, get your head in the right space that it needs to get into, because as soon as we hit that Mercury in Gemini, it's going to want to be doing lots of things. And if it's already in overload and lots of things happening inside your mind, it's wanting to, you don't want to overload it. So this is where there's going to be some messages coming in from Pluto in the underworld, from that deep transformative space. And you're wanting to like hear that. Otherwise, if you're not listening to it or you can't hear it, it can feel awful. So this is where, you're definitely getting messages to just, take some mental breaks, however that is, rest, spend some time thinking about something, but in a kind of productive, slow, productive, meditative way, not in a way where it's running around your head constantly, because that doesn't seem productive. It's a little bit less is more is going to be the answer for this moment. So it does feel like there's this huge energy that is shifting and moving, and it is the big slow reveal, like I said, and it's like your conscious mind is having trouble with this at this moment in time. And that's why it's saying with the Four of Swords is go deep within, connect to the inner wisdom, connect to the stories that you're telling yourself about something, because just because you can't see something, or it may be that you're there's some limited thinking around it. But if you can't necessarily see something, or you're kind of putting a lot of energy going around and around and around, the answers are there inside of you in terms of your internal wisdom, and it may precipitate a bit of a mindset shift as well. So, but the Four of Swords could just mean you need a bit of a rest and a break, because this Pluto energy is like soul exhaustion, soul weariness. And that's kind of where I'm feeling with a lot of people, especially as it's slowing down Pluto, and that's kind of putting people out of sorts. And so, and with this frustration with communication, this is where you can be getting, you can see that people are kind of saying things that they might like out of frustration. So, but ultimately it's the bigger picture moving forward. It's the smaller parts of us, the smaller picture that is frustrated. So that's it. I'm looking forward to the weekend reading, because that is going to be all about the new moon. So see you then.